I'm a 10-year survivor. Cancer runs pretty rampant in my family. So when I was diagnosed, I wasn't surprised. I was disappointed, but not surprised. My cancer was a stage 2, but it was in a place that was very hard to be treated. So it took 3 surgeries to get it all. And then I took 8 chemo treatments. And then I was on a program, which is now standard procedure, and I was on it for 10 years taking an oral medication, and I've been cancer-free for now 10 years. Basically, I'm assigned to the resource room, which is all the material that patients and their families can come in and take as just something to read and catch them up. But since I've been there, they have cross-trained me, and I work for lunches for some people, so you can have a break, and I just run a desk and answer questions and check them in for appointments and that type of thing. I'm also known as the warm blanket lady, and everybody who's sitting, because they have to keep the building cool for the machinery. And so the people will be so cold, and I will be talking to them, and I'll reach over and touch their hand, and they'll be ice cold. I'll jump up, and I go get them a warm blanket, and I wrap them up. So they go, oh, there goes that warm blanket lady. How close I've got to the other volunteers, which is surprising because we work different shifts and different days, but we'll see each other out. And we always have to give each other a big hug, and it's just like we're a little special club of us volunteers, and that's really cool. I really like that. Oh, and that's what people say all the time. I don't know computers, I don't know drugs, and I go, hey, you're not here to run a computer, you're not here to give them drugs, you're not here to be anything but a smiling face and a listening ear. All you have to do is just sit and talk to them. May I tell you a short story? A gentleman's wife was having a scan done, and I think it was the first time they'd been at the clinic, and they were both just very, very upset. Receptionist knew this, and she kind of gave me the high sign. So I sat down with them and talked a little bit and asked them, is there anything I can, help you fill out the paperwork or whatever? They took her in, and he followed her in, and then the technologist motioned for me. She says, would you help Mr. Smith find a comfortable chair to sit while his wife is having her scan? I said, absolutely. So I brought him in the resource room, got him a cup of coffee, and just started, we talked about the weather, and we talked about the news, and we talked about a ball game. And then I said, is there anything that you've got any questions about what's going on here? He said, I don't know how to shop. I don't know how to run a washing machine. I've never had to do that. That's all she's ever done. And I says, well, tell me what's bothering you about that. Well, how do you know what kind of milk to buy? What do you know? How do you know? And so we just chit-chatted about this and that and, paying bills and stuff. So his wife came out of her scan, and we stood up and I gave him a hug, and he says, I'm so glad you answered all my questions. And I says, we just talked. I didn't answer anything. We just visited. Just having somebody to talk to can sometimes answer all the questions you have.